See, for a mutual fund, right? For a listed kind of things, you can do it because you have a broker platforms where you can disclose that information, right? And you can even make the available that the units to the investors. And that's how I think all retail investors, we do business or we do buy and sell the mutual fund units through the standardized platforms like broker platforms. Correct. We have a Grow, we have a Zerodha, we have ICICI Prudentials. On their platform, you can go and directly check about the mutual fund and you can buy and sell it. But in case of the private equity, in case of the other institutions, the hedge funds, we don't have any standardized platform where we can check all this information. Why? Because where you need a dedicated team where you can discuss with them, right? Because there will be a negotiation part, there will be other terms and condition part, right? So that we need to discuss with the fund managers and teams, and then after you can release your fund to invest. Correct. So that's what the client service team plays a vital role. So they actually communicate with the different investors to resolve their queries, doubts, and they discuss on the documentation part. And even this, they take care of so many things about the product. So the responsibility will be documentation part. Documentation is the spelling correct one. Is it correct one? Documentation in investor relation, then communication. Fund managers actually, they make the structure, fund structure, how they want this fund, how they want, means end-to-end model, or the particular structure should be defined in a particular teams or verticals or domains where the different teams can work on it. Fund managers, they define, right? There would be different even managers, like from an operation point of view also they appoint one manager. From a investing point of view also there would be a body where they take care of all the investing parts, buy and sell decisions. So that's what we say, like we send this report to the fund managers. So we actually send this report to the operation fund manager who have appointed as a deal manager for this particular fund, right? Because he'll take care of all the operational things, trade booking, corporate actions, income processing, everything, means everything. So he'll take care of that things. And from investing, there will be a different team. Means on and above, there will be again fund managers actually investing and operation. So whenever we do report to the this operation fund managers and operate. Hello, hello. Okay, so my screen is visible or not? Okay. So these fund managers, means normally all people we do report to the this fund managers, operation fund manager who is taking care of operational things. Okay. And so operations fund managers, they report to the fund managers. Investing fund managers, they directly report to the investing fund managers. Here, because here the required, this this team's required cash flow report, cash flow reports, right? Daily P&L report, NAV report. So why the required all? There would be again income statement. Okay, so why they required all? Any guess? Not only performance. See, because after all, when we do the actual reporting and all, because other things should be there, so they do the reporting and all, and then they generate. Because now we have a robust systems where when we maintain, means when we record all the details, then system will generate all this cash flows, daily P&L, fund flow statement, income statement, and NAV and all. Correct? Why they want? Because they take actually investing decisions. They should know so how much balance is remaining in the books of that fund. On the basis of that, they can take the further investment decisions. Let's say if you have your demat account and you are not aware about how much fund is remaining in your demat account, then still can you take the investment decisions? Then it will difficult then in that case. Correct? So that's what. So they required all these reports. And who helped them to get all these reports? Fund managers, operation fund managers. And now here is the point, operation fund managers, he or she cannot take care of all the activities. That's what they appoint us, right, to manage all the activities effectively in the books of hedge fund. So the fund managers can generate or pull the reports and send it to the, or review the reports and send it to the fund managers. So fund managers can take a view or review, and accordingly they can take the investment decisions. Okay. For every fund, that's what. So we are discussing fund structure. This is applies for every fund. In case of mutual fund, yeah, the documentation team would be there. Here, the lots of time we call KYC, onboarding, right? Account activation. So there would be different names, right? Account activation, client service, KYC, onboarding, client onboarding, right? So there would be many other names as well, right? But it's like a client service team, so they take care initial part, right? Pre-joining procedure where they can consult with the clients, other investors, and they discuss with the them if they require any other documentation part and all to activate the account in the system, as well as in the accounting platforms, whatever that we refer, or that we have to maintain the accounting for funds and investors, JPs, LPs, right? with the P and HF, there will be a different accounts as well. And same applies to the mutual fund also, where the directors fund also means they also contribute or invest in the mutual funds, right? So that's what. So this whenever we see so the KYC onboarding account activation team, or that's teams, they create or develop the account for all the investors who have invested into that particular fund, and even they activate. So here they need to even activate the fund account also, investor account, to activate the responsibilities of team to activate accounts for investors, where on internal accounting platform, on accounting platform, internal. Because every company maintain their accounting platform. I believe you are aware about this. Like there are famous platforms like Geneva, Genesis, Multiphone, Aladdin, right? There are so many because those are available on public domain, so that we can take the name. But there are so many. Right? Every fund administration house, they have their own platform. Yes. So there would be teams who are working on this. Maybe you are not aware about. Okay. Then to activate the fund account also, because under that fund account we records the different trades, correct? So it means we need to activate fund account as well. We need to activate, because every fund will have a ISIN or either unique fund ID or number. So that's what we need to activate fund account as well. Then activate different accounts under fund. So what would be those? Because especially what happened here, so we activate main account and subledgers. Main account would be for cash movements, means all entire global transactions will be recorded in main book, and sub ledger will be for, like, let's say sub ledgers, for example, uh, buy trade. Buy means purchase account, sales account, expense account, then income account, interest payment account. There would be different asset class also, because under purchase or sales it could be the assets here that we can mention. The products would be like, let's say, normal equity, correct? The assets class, when you need to activate segment for equity. Then fixed incomes, let's say bonds. So we'll say fixed income, because under fixed income also they record so many ABS, MBS loans, and or maybe they can separately record loans as well, loans product, right? Then derivatives, FX, commodities. Okay. So you need to activate these accounts also as a sub ledger, because whenever we perform recon, if suppose let's say there are transactions of rupees 100 crore, so the balances from this account, you know, the different accounts should be matched. Let's say there are 10, so it should be matched. And if it is not, let's say here the balance is not there, so it means you need to perform recon and find out why there is not. But recon, this is not, there would be a different kind of recon, because here what we do, purchase and sells. So both whatever netting that we have, that should be that we picked for a recon. Okay. So I'm here just giving an example. So all sub ledger balances should be matched with the cash book. Cash book, it means here, see, in a here with the sub ledger, just we do record individual transactions, individual transactions, but with the main book we record all the transactions. Okay, and then also they activate the features like to, after that, activate the other, that is like maybe for reporting templates. That's what. So once you prepare the trade book, once you prepare, interest payment, once you add other transactions, the system again will help you. So there will be a system or sub tools. Definitely there will be a team in your project also, they are using different platforms to generate the reports. Correct. To activate other reporting tools. So where once you prepare this, if this data is correct, if this data is correct, then you can generate your trial balance, trade book, P&L, balance sheet, then fund flow statement. This is also important because every day that we send fund flow, inflow, outflow, right? If it is a purchase, then it has been outflow of fund. If it is sales, then inflow of funds, right? That's how we do the calculate netting and submit that report to the fund managers, that on the basis of fund flow statement reports, he can verify the transactions, because even fund manager team also, they carry, certain data that what they have traded yesterday, right? So that's what yesterday's balance will impact on today's. That's what means we do the recording like T+1 basis. Income statements give the net projection to have like net income. So here we record specially interest payment, dividend, right? Or any other short, if they have generated, income through any other obligations, and if they want to treat as a income, they also consider that as well, through short trading and all. Yes, and after that, even there are a few companies, they have a function like, so system. Well, once you prepare all this, once you validate this, just you need to prepare trial balance, trade book, P&L, there's accounts, right? Then system will automatically calculate the NAV as well. System will produce. Right, then system will to develop. So reporting functions, systems and all, where you can publish, develop functions for NAV where you can publish NAV. That is important. Okay. So this team should be here. You may sometime they hire technical people also, even kind of BA role, and also where they can, they have a exposure of technical things as well. Because to add an account in a system where we require some technical, yes, technical kind of skills also to activate the account on your internal accounting platforms, right? Yes. And apart from that, the persons need other knowledge as well. Means he should be aware about the documentation parts, different accounting parts, right? He should be aware about the fundamentals things as well, apart from the technical things. So that's what they sometime look for a BA as BA role. BA, because there are even categorization, but here could be something different. But people need to have the technical as well as fundamental knowledge also, so who can work on a technical things as well as, and for a KYC, even under K means under this vertical there would be again categorizations. For a pure KYC there would be a different team who can verify the quarterly KYC for a different clients. So normal documentation would be there: SSN number, PAN card, Aadhaar card, tax number, right? So that they want on a quarterly basis where they can update into their system, right? On the basis of that they can calculate the tax liability also. So every quarter, so that you need to, there would be a client onboarding. It means to activate the demat account or to activate the account on your internal platform or to verify it, to check it, right? So with the different firms, there will be a different kind of teams and their work. Like let's say if it is a broking house and their client service team, they actually activate the demand that the trading account and all in segment in their account. Okay. With the custodian, so they actually activate the demat account, they verify it and all. And with the fund, here the team they add the account on their accounting platforms, because if you don't add these accounts, then how you gonna record the further transactions, correct? Because after that there would be a team which is trade processing. Mm, I'll show you something. uh, uh, See this. This is how we create general ledgers, subsidiary ledgers, right? There's accounts, payables, cash, stakeholders, equity. So we add all these accounts. And if you don't add this, then we won't be able to prepare the reports. See, eventually to calculate anyway, it means to prepare your own books of accounts or funds account. That's it. That's what we are here. That is our main job, right? And here, if you see, there's NAV production, income, corporate actions, trade processing, distributions, and then your NAV will be generated. So this diagram, why I referred, because this is exactly matched with our discussion. So where you can also understand or link, yes. Okay. So now here, so the trade processing means, so we have discussed about the different products, correct? So the updated downloads. See, on a daily basis means on a T plus 1 day basis actually. See, as a fund manager, okay, so means investment fund manager, so that is their routine job to buy and sell the securities, right? Buy and sell the securities. The securities could be any. There is no obligations, right? For a mutual fund, definitely there would be equities, but for a hedge funds, there would be, let's say, trade processing. Mutual funds, they primarily, they deal in equity segment. So that's what equity it means. They majorly they buy the equities and sell the equities on a daily basis, maybe on a monthly basis, maybe on a quarterly basis, right? Continuously they do this. Continuously, it means continuously, right? For a hedge fund, they do business in equity, right? Derivatives, money market instruments, right? But here with the mutual funds, you may see also different asset class. So that is based on or depends on the mutual fund types. Okay, this is important. If the mutual fund type is like they just want to invest in indices, so they design that scheme on the basis of that. If they're looking for only equity, so where you can see only equity. So that is depends on the nature of a mutual fund scheme. Correct. So there will be, but that depends. But primarily, so whenever they launch schemes, so they define their goals, objectives of that particular scheme, why they want to, where they want to, right? On the basis of that, even we offer that accounting facility as well. And the rest part would be, as I mentioned, would be depends on the scheme. Okay. And with the PE, oops. And for a PE, private equity, so they primarily deals in such a products, preference equity, loans, ABS, MBS, preference equity, bonds, and any collateral obligations, right? Okay. So let's say if you work with any fund, let's say with hedge fund that you're working, and now you have hired for a trade processing team, right? You have hired for a trade processing team. Then what's your main job then? On a daily basis means on a T plus 1 day, right? And this applies to all the products. T plus 1, 1 day. So we received instructions instructions to book the trades into the books of accounts, because we have already created main ledger, sub ledger, correct? We have created, right? So that's what the team is there. So they have developed, they have created accounts. So where, and if you hired for a trade processing, so what we do here, then we do record the trades. And these instructions we received from, so broker, maybe the client team sent instructions. Okay. Broker and client team send trade details. Why they send trade details? Because here every fund open their demat account, open their trading account with broker. Correct? So they open or they build their account with the broker. So it means so whatever trades, details or orders sent by the fund managers. So the details will be with the client service team as well, correct? Internal client service team or internal team. Whenever your fund manager send the request to execute the trades to the broker, so the your internal teams also they carry the details. So it means your client team. Client team. Client team also carry the same details. You can call them desk team, you can call them client team. There will be a many names with a different forms, right? So depends. So they also carry the same instructions, correct? And broker, because on their system you have requested, so it means broker also carry the statements or the trade book on their system where you can check and match. Do you agree with this? Correct? Broker and client team. Client would be your internal team. Okay. External team means broker setup. Client team, fund manager team. That's how we do Recon as well. In the broker external team, if in their system, if they have 100 or 1000, it should be here also 1000. Price should be matched, quantity should be matched, ISIN should be matched, all the details, okay, it should be matched, trade date, settlement date, everything it should be matched, amount it should be matched. And if it is not, then client service versus broker team, so they do communicate, they reach out to each other, they escalate to each other and get it done, all the information and corrected. And this team also be called middle office team. So this would be an internal team who work as a middle ops, so work with the broker, between broker or different agent banks or custodians and counterparties, and they will try to execute the trade, try to match the instructions, because on and above that there will be another team, you can say, maybe another and another setup would be like desk team. Desk. So they actually book the trades. Means they on a live basis they book the trades. Live trade book. Why they do the live booking? So this setup where you can see in a internal fund house as well as, so they actually there will be the desk team will be the stock exchanges, because actually broker also they send the request to the stock exchanges, because they know how much volume is there, who is the buyer, who is the seller. So what they do, their team just match the instructions match the instructions and send it to the broker. Once the broker internal fund team, once match the instructions, they send to the internal team, means this team, correct? So they then take care of further part. And why this happened, I'll tell you. Because what we do trade on exchange platform, correct? So if you try to understand the system, broker, they have access of exchange terminal, correct? So they have access of exchange terminal where we do buy and sell. Okay. So exchange would be here somewhere. And who would be those? Let's say NSE, BSE, at international level, NYSE, LNSE, and we are here, fund managers. So what we are doing, sending request, sending order, correct? We are sending order. What kind of order? Buy and sell. Let's say we have let's say we have LTI securities, and we are looking for a buy. We have a one security at price 3000, or let's say we have, I would say, 100 at 300. Okay, and so we already buy it, but now we are looking for a sell. So we have sent instructions that the now price of the security is 400. So now we have sent the instructions, send the order. So we have sent the order to whom? To broker. Let's say your broker is JP Morgan. So now you have sent the instructions to the broker, JP Morgan, broker's desk team or broker's team. So what they do? No, they just validate it. Okay, desk team validate and send the instructions to the trade booking team. Because exchange trade booking team, actually they do the match the your instructions. So once you order, broker will accept the order here. So the broker send the order to broker will accept the order. Let's say you have sent the order for sell, accept the sell order. The details should be this. Okay, there would be much like trade details, ISIN, that the issuer name and all, but I cannot write everything, right? So LTI, okay, then you can let's say you're working with any broker team. Here you are working with. So what you can do, you can just validate it. So your system data, it should be matched, and rest you can try to check the balance. Okay, if it is a buy trade, then you will check the balance in the books of that the individual investors or funds account. So balance should be there. And now in this case, we are at sell side. Then directly send the order or pass this order to the exchange. exchange. So that team, they match the order. Okay, so match the order with whom? So there would be a question that, correct? So let's say LTI, like we are here as a hedge fund, so we are like BlackRock. So we are looking for a sell, right? And we are looking for 100 quantity, correct? And let's say there are few entities like let's say MS, SNC, Global, PIMCO. So who are looking for a same price, which is 400, right? So they are a buyer. So who are looking for a same price, and their requirement would be like the MS is looking for a 30, right? SNC looking for a 40, and again the PIMCO is looking for a 30 quantity. So thus the booking team, they just match with the order. Means these are the buyer versus seller, they match it, correct? And they send these details to the broker. And then the broker confirm, yes, the order has been booked. So once the trade booking team match, means the exchange trade booking team match the instructions, they send matching details to the broker, right? Then this broker received the instructions. Okay, so are you aware about all this structure, or you are just seeing first time? Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay. So the exchange team, they send the match order, confirmation to the broker, and here, so once you received it, and broker will accept it, and confirm to the buyer and seller, means counterparties. So yes, your order has been executed, correct? Then, so once your order get executed, so the brokers team, they send the details, that the confirmation details to this the fund managers team, and then fund managers, means here would be also trade client service team, let's say. They received confirmation as the trade has been booked or executed. And then your middle office team, they matched and try to confirm, matched, validate, and confirm. Yes, so whatever instructions sent by our team, it has been exactly matched. So how they check it? Because your sales value should be 40,000, and if you get that right, and your the security is 100, if that get debited, then you can say yes. So yes, it has been executed and done and dusted. Okay. So why this the see why at exchange place also, they are just matching the instructions, because the securities are actually with custodian. custodian, or maybe depositories, like we have a depositories, NSDL and all, right? Buyers, sellers. Because buyers and sellers both will have a demat account, and now the buyer is seller is holding positions, correct? LTI. Because once the client service team pick this data, this client service team, and the same way that the instructions received to the custodian as well. Why the custodian? Because custodian will help you to transfer the securities from one account to another. Correct? Correct? Because eventually the securities are in the demat account. So what we are doing here, we are just matching instructions. Anybody instruction match, then we are sending instructions to the custodian as well. So custodian can change the ownership securities. Previously, the seller was holding. Now the custodian will remove the this securities, and it will add the securities in the buyer's book. So that's how means they can change the ownership. So means the custodian will come into picture. Once your client service or middle office team pick the data, they send the instructions to whom? To the custodians or the agent banks to verify and check and release the payment or release the securities. Okay, so that's what your middle office teams come into picture. Middle office people, they work on it, they closely work on it, the different counterparts that directly contact the teams, get the works done. Because every broker, every agent bank, every entity, they will have their own client service team as well as a middle ops, they do work. Correct? Okay. So here till time, let's say, yeah, the trade has been executed, everything has been done, dusted. Good. That's we don't have any problem. So now come to here with this discussion. Now you can relate as a bite as a once the client team, yeah, the broker team or the this team confirms that the work all framework done, everything done, dusted, then they send this data to the settlement team or trade booking team or back office team, I would say simple back office teams for what? To record the trades in the books of fund. And to record means to add the buy trade, quantity, trade date, price, to add it. And once you receive the sells instructions, then add the sell instructions. So the system will prepare. Already we have discussed about how the system work, right? If you add the buy and sell, right, so you will have a gross profit. So in this case, the system will represent the gross profit automatically because you purchase the LTS securities at 300 and sell the securities at 400. Correct? This applies to all the instruments, and that's how the processing means trade processing team works. Their challenges would be so many times they book the trades incorrectly, right? Instead 400 they booked with the different price. Sometimes they booked with the incorrect quantity. Sometimes they booked with the incorrect counterparty name. Sometimes booked with the incorrect trade date or settlement date. So as simple as that, when we booked with the trade with all these incorrect details, this trade will not pick, right, for a further processing, and it will impact on NAB. See the directly see for every process, this is the yours. See, once you book the trades, it will, this trade means there is a pipeline actually, okay? Then it will go to the different team, Recon team, or I would say, then after that, you can also, pull the reports and check it. In a reports, you can definitely see the all the transaction has been matched. And if it is not matched, then you can see the unmatched transactions also, where you can perform reconciliation and check it and validate it. Why this particular transactions are not matched, and then definitely you will have a that once you do the investigations, then you can find it out. Maybe quantity is not matching, maybe uh, trade date, settlement date, there are different issues. And then accordingly, see, you're just booking team, so you can reach out to the client service team, middle office team, right, brokers team, to get the confirmation on it. Hey guys, we see this particular things that is not matching, can you please confirm? Because as an accounting team, we are end team. We are just recording the transaction. That's it. Okay. So those are the challenges. And yeah, if you want to, or if you want me to write the challenges, I'll do that. So TST CPT name, resolution, investigate, report and action. Middle office team or brokers, maybe agents, or maybe to the internal client service team. This would be the resolution. Ad hoc activities would be, ad hoc means any other urgent request also you may expect. Trade cancel request. So verify, check and action. Then trade amendment. That's it. So you are done and dusted with the trade processing here. So these are the challenges, these are the resolutions, these are the booking challenges. And the report we received in such a format like this. These are the stock names: Imagica, VB KPIT, ISIN, that is very required, traded, that is very required, right? Stock exchange name, segment, buy and sell instructions, that is also important, quantity and price. So that we upload on internal accounting platform and book the trades. Every day means on a T plus 1 day basis, we received same instructions from the different teams that we have discussed, and then we booked it. All right. So price, everything should be matched. Everything means everything. With a few companies, they have a macros as well. With a few companies, still they are doing manually, right? So depends. So it depends on the company. It depends on their other, the advancement if they have. So yes, this vary. But now you can raise your doubts if you have any doubts about the trade processing team, because that is also one of the integral part of a fund accounting package or NAB package. If you missed anything here, so it will directly have impact on NAV, need asset value. Because to book something with incorrect price or to sell something with incorrect price, so it means, see the price, let's say here the fund manager want to sell the security as 400 at 400, but we have booked the securities, means sell the securities at 350 only. Fund manager send the, yes, with the low price, that amount will receive less to us, right? So that's what means, if you book the trades with incorrect projection, and trade and settlement team, the one that the point would like to add. So once you book the trades on a settlement date, means because there will be a time, right? T plus two, correct? So means on a T plus two we get the confirmation to book the they book the trades into our system. So on a T plus two we just book the trades, and on a T plus one we book the trades. On a T plus two we settle the trades. For a settlement, just verify and add the settlement date only. That's it. For equity settlement cycle, T plus 2. On a T plus 2, now it has been T plus 1, but still for a few markets it is T plus 2. Bonds T plus 2. ABS T plus 2. MBS T plus 2. LMA market products, loan market association T plus 10. Loan syndication trading association T plus 5. So within that, it should be. These are like generic rules, but even it can take longer time also than this rules. That depends on the counterparts and all, right? So we don't have any control on this part, right? Because sometime if the securities are not available for a settlement, maybe fund is not available for a settlement, maybe the counterparty has been default. So there would be lots of reasons, or other things or areas where you can see this the rule never applied. But definitely there will be a clause that if you miss the settlement date, then someone whosoever is there as a counterpart, so that the counterpart will delay the other charges and all. Simple. Here we're done with the trade processing. I have discussed each and everything. Apart from this, there is nothing. You can see the different names, different language that vary from one organization to another organization. Now you can even modify your resume as per these points. Right now you can add this point if you want. Right, there is no other material, there is nothing, because how can we develop the material on the basis of that, right? So it's a bit difficult. Okay, there is no change. Yes, it is depending on the market. See, I'm covering all the points at the same time, okay, for all the three. And even I'm writing that in a different way where you can understand, right, the process and all. Okay, any doubts that you have? Yeah, there will so many new things that you will experienced. Okay, so what are fees that you have paid? So do you really think that, yeah, now I can say that uh, means, yeah, the whatever fees that I have paid, it is worth. Can you say that? Okay. Yes. See. Yes, you have some knowledge. I have some, so that we are just adding it. Then you will have 100%. That's what means I have NT. Exactly. Because you're a working professional, it means you have some ideas, you have some understanding. Means yours plus mine, then we'll have 100% understanding. That's it. Because there is nothing new. If you are aware about equity, so same understanding I have also. But I'm trying to link that with the practical processes. Okay, so you don't need to do anything extra. Definitely, there would be few processes where that you are not aware about, because if you haven't worked, then you will not have any idea about it. As simple as that. Correct. But yeah, so now we'll stay here with the, we have covered two teams: client service, onboarding, account activation, or any others that you can say. And here now we have touched the trade processing and we have done and dusted with it. Rest part we'll discuss in next sessions. Yes, at least we require two more sessions, two or three. That's what I said. Like even it can extend up to 5 hours. Okay, because most of the people they go through the customized plan where their budget also extend. But if you can just pay me this fixed amount, then it's my responsibility to cover all these things. So that's what. Yeah, anyways, okay. Your feedback is also important. It will help me to improvise my, service or other things. So where I can bring different examples as well, where I can, explain it in a very layman language as well. But I think this kind of discussion is enough to understand the process. Okay. So the another process, yeah, please. Yeah, on YouTube you can search it. So I'll upload it. Don't worry. So it will.